Hey, hello there folks, it's me RJB from RJBTV, and I return after a very long time to go into the second part of 458 against Rabbit. Two players who used to grace us time and time again with some pretty awesome games. Sadly, at the moment though, I don't know if the score at the top is correct because I just edited it right before the video, so I might be wrong on the score. I wanted to check the previous video to see what the score was, but I forgot to check before I started recording. That's not really smart. It's not really smart. If I remember correctly, 458 did win, so I think the score is correct. Oh yeah. What I wanted to say before I went on that little sidetrack tangent about not remembering anything. 458 used to be the Protoss GOAT of the 1 versus 1 community on fastest map. And he's sadly no longer with us, but we can still enjoy the replays that I got from him pretty much forever, or so I hope. And then we got a Rabbit here, someone who used to play 1 versus 1 on a daily basis, usually against 458 or Lee Baku, or against JH, or against Burger Sizes sometimes as well. Here on the Red Terran, on the 9 o'clock spawn location, these days he only plays 3 versus 3. Which I'm a little bit sad about, but apparently his viewers like it more than him playing 1 versus 1. I really love 1 versus 1. I'm less interested in watching 3 versus 3, even though I pretty much only play 3 versus 3 and 2v2 myself, which is kind of weird, that I prefer one thing but play something else. It's a bit weird. Humans are a bit weird, aren't they? So yeah, 458 there starts off with Nexus into double gateway on a corner spawn location, which is rather uncommon. Most of the time on a corner spawn location, you see Nexus Forge into a choke point, into a gateway, into cannons in the front. This time around, it's different. Well, Rabbit went for an 8 barracks in the front, which allows him to rush like this. It's kind of like a barrack supply rush, I assume. Or well, it's a barrack supply barrack rush. And he finds 458's base really early. Zealot's not even close to finishing up. More Marines are on the way. Probes are being pulled to defend. He uses 3 probes, not more than 3. Might use his number 4 as well. He's going to use 4 of them in total. He's trying to build a pylon in the front there. SFVs and Marines on the scene, ready to fight, ready to break faces, ready to kill some probes. Gonna build a bunker there on the front. Gonna surround an SCV. Gonna Zealot there onto the other SCV. Marines are in the back trying to micro. I think 458 should be able to hold this. Not easily, but he should be able to hold this. Another probe there coming back home. There's number 5 on the scene. No, it goes away. Doesn't want a piece of this one. So yeah, I guess going for the double gateway before the Forge is perhaps working out after all. Perhaps this is one of the few games where it comes in handy. He's got Zealots, he's got probes to fight with. Downside is that both these players are using some of their SCVs to not mine minerals, so they're both losing out a little bit. The Zealots and the probes do win that fight quite easily. The rush from Rabbit has failed, but he's done some damage in terms of losing mining time, and he killed a single probe as well. So in the end, it does kind of even up the playing field. Although we do have about even workers at the moment, but we have the Nexus finished up there for 458, so he will get a small little lead over Rabbit as the next 30 seconds goes on. But then Rabbit should equalize with his own command center finishing up. He's got the choke there in the front. Marines are blocking the entrance point, building a bunker behind it. Zealots are going to move out and try to do a little bit of damage, but it's unlikely it's going to work, because he's got to walk through these narrow little gaps that usually doesn't work too well for a Protoss with Zealots. And he keeps the Marine there in between the gaps so that only one single Zealot can walk through, and the others all do take damage. Like you can see, he's not even going to try. He's not even going to try to get through. Although he's going to kill the Marine in the front. No, turns right just on time. So factory on the way and a double gas there for Rabbit. Academy on the way as well for scans, maybe stim. I'm not too sure exactly what he's going to do. Is he going to go for more barracks? Is he going to go for pure factories? There's a lot of different pathways for him to take. This is probably going to be his second factory, so he's most likely going to switch from marine production into factories. Otherwise, you wouldn't get double factory. Usually, it's single factory into more barracks, or it's single factory into starports, or it's double factory into triple, into four, into etc. More and more and more. He gets a third refinery, which kind of makes me believe he's going to go for a third one. Whereas 458 here in the back went for a fast cybercore, also on triple gas. That's a Citadel of a Dune. We got robos there on the side, not exactly in the front, but pretty close to the front. I'd say this is a little bit safer than putting them on the pylon that is in the choke, because if the pylon dies, robos are, you know, depowered, useless. So he puts them here on the side, a little bit out of harm's way from potential frontal attack, if a frontal attack were to happen, which I doubt it will. You know, I was wrong. He's gonna go for a triple starport anyway. And he did still produce more firebats and marines, and he's gonna try to push back. He's feeling feisty, he's feeling funky, gonna go for a little counter-attack. Stim is finished up, range is still on the way. Only got 2 medics, because he only has double barracks. Usually you want to push with like 3 or 4 medics, because the healing requirements are pretty high. They're in the front with triple cannon and some cells there blocking the cannons. And it turns out he's just gonna push them away and return back home. So he wasn't actually planning on attacking the front. He just wanted to push the zealots away so he could split up these marines towards the sides to get a vision of the map. So actually some pretty advanced thinking there from Rabbit. Some pretty advanced thinking. He also managed to scare 458 into building another cannon. Pretty high level stuff right here. He's putting them all on the top side. And I think he's putting them on the top side because he's turreting up the bottom side. And he's ignoring turrets on the top side for now. So he's using this as his anti-drop, whereas on the bottom side he's using the turrets and the visions from the engineering bay as the anti-drop. And he's most likely going to position his raids on the bottom as well. And these marines on the top side are going to give him a warning if something is coming, so they can send these raids to the top side to intercept the shuttle. It's pretty smart. So I like the exact position he placed these marines. It's all in the 12 o'clock. Like, it's basically on the most common path or approach for a shuttle if it flies over the top side. Look at this, look at this. The marines are in the exact right position. So he does get a warning that the shuttle is on the top side. Another one over there, another one over there. The Zealot is cleaning out some of them. The raids are on the hunt for the shuttle. Finds the shuttle. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Very smart play. He turns around actually. He overshoots. He misses. He's still looking for it. He doesn't know where it is. He's looking for the shuttle, but returned back home. So both players actually doing some pretty smart moves, but 458 ends up doing the smarter move by pulling it back. He's going to try to go for a double drop to distract with this one on the bottom, and then maybe get this one on the top side in, or maybe the other way around. This one goes in first, and then the one from the bottom goes in, has to unload, marines in between. Yes, he's going to have to micro this one a little bit. Sends the one from the bottom in as well. Reaver unloads, Reaver shoots it slow. Reaver gets a couple of kills, gets, down to 49. That's a great hit. One more from the bottom side there. Marines on the scene. Templar stores. Templar gets a lot more kills. 18 kills. I think he was at about 65, down to 35, so he lost 30 at least. That was a home run. Or almost a home run. Close to a home run. It was a great, great drop. So in the end, 458 manages to outplay Rabbit and get some success. But because... oh wait, there's a drop on the bottom there coming in. He's not giving us time to relax, time to chill. No, no, no. Okay, so it looks like the one with maybe the Reavers or the High Templars died immediately. So the moment it's just Zealots killing turrets, just distracting, just being a pain in the ass for Rabbit as he's trying to recover. Like, the problem with these drops is not that they don't always kill SCVs. Sometimes the problem is just that they kill things in your base, which then requires attention, requires you to rebuild it, requires you to spend minerals on things that you don't really want to spend minerals on. To pay attention on things you don't want to be paying attention to. You want to focus on building an army, building a better base, building SCVs, you know, and defending against drops. So there is somewhat of an attacker's advantage for Protoss. Because sometimes you can just unload the shuttles and ignore the zealots and just let them kill things and do stuff back at home. So we got 4 Stargates. 458 is macroing really well. 81 probes. Arbiters are people already on the bottom. He's got a lot of technology on the way. Drop there on the... That's not the drop, this Corsairs. He's gonna push the engine bays away. Take some of his vision away that Rabbit has got at the moment. He's gonna use his raids to protect it. How many raids do we have? We got 9. That's gonna one-shot a shuttle. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So his base is growing. He has a pretty small army. But because at the moment we only have drops coming out from 458, there's not really a threat of getting attacked in the front. But very soon we might see the threat. Because he has 9 gateways and 84 probes. He can, at this point in time, very quickly build a large army of zealots, dragoons, or whatever else, and just attack the front and mix things up. Goes in over the top corner, flies in right over vision. Marine sniping the shuttles, unloads the shuttles. Templar on the scene, gonna have to storm something. Doesn't storm anything at all. And the shuttles do die. Storms on the raids, but the raids dodge the storm. But now the zealots, as you can see, the zealots are just running around in the base, focusing on the turrets. This is painful for Rabbit, because now everything on the top has to be rebuilt as the raids very slowly kill the zealots, which is a slow process. They do have level 1 shield and weapon. Something that 458 really likes doing is getting shield upgrade first, because shield upgrade applies to everything, whereas the armor upgrade only applies to the ground units. So you always get shield and weapons, not armor. Well, he did get armor just now, but he gets the other 2 first. He prioritizes those 2, and most players I see actually do not get their shields before their armor. Most players don't. And the entire idea behind 458 getting shields first is to prioritize his drops staying alive. Because you get a forge, you start shield, and then it applies to your shuttles, it applies to your Templars, applies to your zealots. Keeps them alive for longer. So yeah, we might probably see a recall from 458. I was expecting carriers, but we don't. Yeah, we do have a fleet beacon. He's gonna go for a recall first. He's gonna recall an SCV back home. He's gonna try to mind control an SCV, recall it out, and build his own Terran army. But it looks like Rabbit knows. No, he doesn't know. He's scanning. He's looking for shuttles. It's on the bottom right there. He's looking for these shuttles, but couldn't find them with the scan. The Valkyries are out of position. The drop comes in. Oh no. Okay, the Wraiths are in position. That's good. But the Wraiths cannot kill this quick enough. He unloads. Are there any Templars on the scene? I see 2 of them there. 4 Templars, but they're too far away to hit the SCVs. Although the SCVs are still close within range. They can't get close enough. 83 SCVs stay alive. He didn't actually kill that many SCVs. He killed, I think, like 3 of them. And he killed them with Zealots. He attacks the front at the same time. Zealots, they're in the front, stimming those Marines into the bunkers, ready to defend, ready to protect the front. He's got to protect the front. He's got to make sure that this doesn't fall. And does he have the upgrades on Marines? No upgrades on Marines. Most players do get their level 1 attack, at least level 1 attack. This helps defend against these frontal attacks a bit easier, because the armor and shield upgrades do start to hurt if you do not have upgrade level 1 on the Marines. But then again, he is slowly switching away from bio. He is already on a lot of factories. That's 5, another 8, 5 plus 8. He's in a really good spot. 4 are under construction, not 5. So 13 factories, 5 for tanks, the other ones for Goliaths and Vultures. But a small little attack through the front door there, but this one won't really do too much. Drop there over the bottom is the real problem. Goes in. Do we have Valkyries on the scene? Yes, we do. And the shuttles just die really quickly, because he already has level 1 attack there on the Valkyries, which means that the damage is pretty good. Tanks are on 1-2. His tank upgrades are really good. 1-2 already, and he has, at the moment, the level... He's only got the plate... Okay, now he's starting level 3 attack. This is ship plating, I assume. Yeah, ship plating, and this is vehicle plating. He's gonna get level 2 attack for air as well. Corsairs fighting against the Valkyries does a pretty good amount of damage. It's not a lot, but at least these Valkyries are weaker than they were before. He might kill them later on. Whereas we got another big drop being built there for 458. He's got mind control energy, goes in with a drop there, hits the SCVs, kills a lot of them, kills 30. Caught it just on time. Yeah, this is definitely a weak spot for him, and I think it's partly because this engineering bay is actually just a little bit too far away from the side. Just a little bit too far away. If he slightly repositions it, it should be a little bit better. It's going to go on over the bottom side yet again. Turrets are finished up. So the bottom side is still a weak spot, but less of a weak spot than before. Small little distraction attack in the front and a real attack that will come over the bottom. Unload Zealots onto the low ground there to kill the tank and kill the turret. So the tank goes down and his entire bottom section is unprotected. He actually runs forward. He's going to kill the tanks instead of... Oh, he's going to try... No. Oh, it's not working. Oh, you got the microtroll SCV somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Ooh, he was distracting. He was distracting. That's nasty. That's dirty. That's dirty. That's very dirty. Even I was distracted. So now we have a situation where Rabbit's gonna have to push out really soon and start to try and kill 458 before he's got siege tanks operational. He's building carriers to try and buy himself a lot of time, but the carriers do take a lot of time to be built. So first we're gonna send out the drop and try to buy some time with this drop. If you can hit the SCVs with this drop, the game is going to become very difficult for Rabbit. Rabbit, however, has a pretty good economy, 74 SCVs. He should be happy with that. He should be satisfied. It is time for him to push. Goes in, unloads. Is there a Templar in between? Templar on the scene. SCVs running to safety. SCVs successfully run to safety. Went from 74 down to 6, so it does lose 14, but that shouldn't hurt him at the moment. His supply is good, his army is good. It is now time to start the counterattack. He scans, and he actually scans the top side. Scans the front as well, sees some canister in the front. He doesn't scan the back side. If only he scanned the back side to get information on the SCV. I'm sure he saw the Dark Archon, so he should know. But he's not moving out, and that is worrying. Because he should know that a mind-controlled SCV exists. He is moving out. It took him a little bit too long, in my opinion. He throws away the bio to open up supply space for more tanks, and he's going to start the push. But more cannons are already being warped in, finishing even. It's going to take a while to get through all of this, and by the time he arrives, the carriers will have their interceptors. And then the barracks will be finished, maybe even the factory. So Rabbit, in fact, I think he took too long. Maybe he was waiting on level 3 attack. Maybe that was the plan. I'm not sure. But he took too long. And, oh, that's cheeky. That's cheeky. That's a cheeky bitch move. That's a cheeky move. So yeah, he's gonna push Zealots and Temples on the middle to buy some time. Goliaths in between. It's not a lot of tanks. Not a lot of tanks. I count 7 of them. And these are gonna die to the Zealots, which is gonna buy 458 even more time to get interceptors and to start a factory to get some tanks. This is a worst case scenario for Rabbit. But he's pushing. But he needs more tanks. He's going to have to pull these tanks away from the command center and expose his command center to danger if he still wants to have a chance at pushing across the map and killing Rabbit, or 458, before he's got factories. I really think he doesn't know. I really think he doesn't know. He's just not moving out, and he has to move out. He's got to push. Because by the time tanks become operational, it is over. It's the done deal. It's a game over. It's a ticking time bomb. You gotta go now, my buddy. Sets up in the front. Templars ready to storm. He's got a lot of storms. It's 2 and S2. And a couple more Zealots ready to run in. The lines are protecting. So It's quite a lot of cannons to push through, but it should be possible to push through these cannons before the factory's finished. But now we got this. Oh, that's just Corsairs. It's not a drop. That's good. If this was a drop, I would be getting worried. Even though we've got a lot of Valkyries in the bottom, I would be getting worried. Oh no, Dark Templars. Oh no. Scan. You gotta scan, my boy. My boy, you gotta scan. Does he have a scan? He's got a scan. Scans a little bit late, loses the tanks. 2 Dark Templars actually make their escape. This is just getting worse and worse for Rabbit. Scans the bottom. He's looking for a drop. He's expecting a drop or carriers, something. He's playing very defensive. He's playing very, very defensive. I really think he just does not know about the mind-controlled SCV. He just doesn't know. He's playing so conservatively. He's taking his time. He's playing very defensively. He's expecting something big. And yes, something big is coming, but it's not a drop. It is just carriers and siege tanks. Goes to show how important it can be to have information. Because sometimes when you don't have the information, you're playing a completely wrong game. Yeah, he found the carriers, he found them, and he's just like, oh shit. That's his immediate reaction. Oh shit, he's got factories. If only I had known he had factories. If only I had known he had mind control. If only I had known, I wouldn't have been sitting in my base, taking my time to slowly push out. You could see that Rabbit was getting suspicious. He scanned all over the place, time and time again. And every single time he was like, where are the drops? Where are the carriers? Why is nothing attacking me? What's going on here? Well, it was in fact these factories being built. 458 was just waiting for the factories, buying some time, taking it easy, taking it slow, and made Rabbit pay. So this game wasn't super exciting, but it still showcases some of the very super important aspects of this game. That is that you gotta keep gathering information on what the enemy is doing in their base, specifically when they're Protoss, because they might just be doing this. And the Rabbit had the scans. He had 3 comsat stations, but he just failed to use them on the enemy base to see what the hell was going on. So yeah, that's it for the day. I'm gonna keep it at this one single game for now. Hope you will enjoy this one. I kind of enjoyed it, but I also was a little bit disappointed that we never got that big fight, that big confrontation, that clash of powers between these two. Hopefully in the next video, we will get that big clash of powers.